You can't see the shirt, but I guarantee it is relevant to the topic of this video.
It's me!
You see the title, you see the thumbnail. You know exactly what and who this video is going to be about. Of course, my first video of the year is going to be a Sanji video. And if you know me, which I think you do, you should have expected this. If you don't know me, hi, hello, my name is Mel Melanty, and I'm the One Piece community's scary pink lady. Also, I lied just before, because I do that and I love lying for fun. I have a Doffy icon, what do you expect? But this video isn't just going to be about Sanji, it's about Robin as well, because we are covering a fantastic scene from the Wano arc. This is a scene that shook fans, shook nations, and caused a bunch of people on Twitter to start fighting for some reason. Twitter's a rat hole! We are covering one of my favorite scenes ever from one of One Piece's best arcs. Sanji's Help Me Robin scene. I don't tend to rank One Piece arcs. In fact, I can't because I love all of them. But Wano absolutely blew me away. It was the first arc I'd caught up with upon reading One Piece, and to this day I'm shaken at the incredible build-up and what I believe is the incredible execution of this arc. I know not everyone agrees with that statement, and yes, Wano has some problems, as all One Piece arcs do, but I will be a Wano defender till the day I die. To the day I die! Damn it! Wano has a push and build that holds it up like no other, every character getting a moment to shine. Yes, every character, even Usopp, because Usopp saving the samurai as he yells, "I will cling to life with snot dripping down my nose," had me cheering for my boy. That is my brave warrior of the sea. But this isn't an arc video. I just felt the need to express that Wano is very good, and one of the scenes that elevated Wano the way it did, that made me realize Oda loves and cherishes these characters to the very bottom of his soul, was Sanji and Robin's Help Me Robin scene. This is peak writing to not just Sanji's development, but Robin's own. This is a moment that makes you look back on Robin and Sanji to see all their interactions, all their panels as characters, and how we got here in the first place. But also makes us think about what it means that we've gotten to this point. Or at least it makes me think about these things. I don't know, One Piece makes me think. Crazy, right? This video will be going over this scene, analyzing it, discussing why this scene was so impactful, not just to me, not just to you, but to Robin and Sanji's development and to One Piece as a whole. But before that, it's sponsor time. As we all know, Sanji and his silly little ass got caught by Black Maria, but he wouldn't have gotten caught if he used NordVPN. In today's world, online privacy and security are more important than ever. That's where NordVPN comes in, offering an easy and effective way to protect your digital life. With NordVPN, you can browse the internet without worrying about your personal data being exposed to hackers, advertisers, or even government surveillance. So your politicians can't see you consuming copious amounts of, well, you know what. Zoro's big, fat boobies. NordVPN uses top-notch encryption technology to secure your internet connection, ensuring that your online activities remain private. But that's not all. NordVPN also allows you to bypass geo-restrictions and access content from your home country, no matter where you are. With just a few clicks, you can enjoy your favorite shows, movies, or websites from streaming platforms like Netflix. So you can watch as much One Piece as you want from anywhere in the world. My favorite favorite feature of NordVPN is its user-friendly interface, which makes it simple for anyone. Plus, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try NordVPN risk-free. Head over to NordVPN and be sure to use my code to get an exclusive deal today, found both in the description and the pinned comments. Or you can type in nordvpn.com/melontea, and that's melontea with an E-E-E. Don't compromise your online safety. A VPN is so worth it, so grab that deal now. And thank you so much NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Alright, with that run and done, let's get into some juicy analyzing. One of the best Sanji and Robin scenes to date, one of the best scenes in Wano, and, dare I say, one of the best scenes in One Piece as a whole. That's a totally opinionated thing to say, I know, but who knows, maybe I might have you on my side after this video. You, dear viewer, you are going to become a wet, sad, pathetic Sanji enjoyer. I'm sure you're already a Robin enjoyer.
You better be.
The Robin Help Me scene was so influential, so iconic, that One Piece's official merchandising team printed it on a shirt. Yes, actually, they printed this line on a shirt. I want this shirt so bad, you have no idea. It's like a big sign that says, "I love my men sopping wet and my women with a strap." No, but seriously, through some rare miracle, this is actually not a pathetic scene for Sanji. This is, in fact, a huge win for Sanji. And not just for Sanji, but for Robin as well. And to explain why this is the case, let's dissect the scene itself. For context, Sanji has been captured by Black Maria. She's not only tricked Sanji but tied him up, strung him down, and is playing with and teasing him as she threatens to keep Sanji for herself. She's so me. Let's be honest guys, this whole thing was freaky. Oda was drawing all these Black Maria Sanji scenes with one hand. And you know what's crazy? Can I blame him? I can't blame him. I cannot blame the guy. So, Sanji's been caught. He cannot escape because he can only escape if he physically fights. And, as we know, Sanji refuses to hit women due to Zeph telling him not to. Sanji's never going to give that up, guys. His development will never come in the form of hitting women. Even just saying that sounds insane. Quick, Sanji, you need to develop! Kick that woman over there! Black Maria bargains with Sanji, promising she'll let him go if he calls for Robin. And Sanji gets the absolute ever-living shit beaten out of him as he weighs his options. Black Maria's girls sob at how noble Sanji is, thinking he'd rather die than put Robin in danger. Until Sanji takes a deep breath and finally yells the ever-iconic line. Before this, in the manga, Sanji didn't have a single thought we could read. He seemed to just clench his teeth until shouting it out. The entirety of the island hears Sanji's plea, and these reactions are my favorites because we see the difference in the Straw Hats and how, even to fellow pirates, they are absolute weirdos. Someone on Kid's crew says, "Is he begging for help? That's pathetic." Beppo lets us know they can in fact identify that this is a Straw Hat they're hearing. Jinbe acknowledges Robin's knowledge is valuable. And Frankie has my favorite reaction of just straight up laughing. It's obviously a trap. Listen to that guy whining and wailing. He is so unserious. I love this man. Marco expresses, "These guys are fun," and Nami has the most nonchalant reaction ever of, Welp, guess he was caught by a woman. This is no surprise for her, because she's had to help him with a woman opponent before. That opponent being Khalifa all the way back in Water 7. She has literally been in a similar position to Robin before. The only difference is, Sanji didn't directly ask Nami for help in that moment. As we cut back to Sanji, Robin appears to rock Black Maria's shit. Robin has so many awesome lines here that we will explore more. One of them being, "Did you imagine that if you lured me inside, I would be that easy to capture?" And another one being, "When someone does horrible things to my friends, the demon part of me starts to emerge." This whole scene made me piss my pants, and Sanji literally weeping in joy upon seeing her is truly just the cherry on top. Brook appears to free Sanji, and as he runs off, Robin throws him a wink as she says, "Thanks for relying on me for help. I really appreciate that," with a little heart and all. Sanji's reaction is super valid because I too would have slammed into a wall if Robin winked at me like that. The chapter ends with Robin claiming she'd rather die than work for Kaido, and that ends the sequence of the "Help Me Robin" scene. As we can see, this moment is one half Sanji, one half Robin. Robin gets her moment to shine as she prepares to fight, and Sanji gets his moment to shine when calling for her help. And yes, I'm calling this a shining Sanji moment because I truly do believe this is one of Sanji's best moments. And we'll get the battle logistics out of the way first because I know some people need that before actually diving into the layers. Strategically, Sanji calling out for help was a brilliant move because he alerted the island of Kaido's intercom system, something Usopp pointed out and used to his advantage, by the way. Big Kaido is always watching. And that's about it when it comes to battle logistics, because this wasn't just a strategy move. If it were, Sanji could have yelled anything to alert the island and his crew. This was a moment of pure, beautiful character growth. And why is that? What makes these lines, along with these characters, so significant? To understand that, we have to first look at the characters in this scene, because as always, Oda is so specific and so purposeful when choosing who does what. Why did Robin have to run in here? Kaido wanting Robin aside, why couldn't Jinbei pop in? Or Nami, or Frankie, or Usopp? Why couldn't Brook, on his own, have popped in? And Sanji being unable to fight women aside, why did he have to get caught? Anyone could have gotten caught and been held hostage by Black Maria as she demands for them to call for Robin. These are things we must think about when analyzing and understanding these scenes. Let's look at Robin first, because Robin is the focus of this scene and has more obvious lines regarding why she was picked to help Sanji. Not to mention further conversations with Black Maria just ties everything together so beautifully. Her first line to look at is one I already said. That line being, "Did you imagine if you lured me inside, I would be that easy to capture?" I find this incredibly humorous, giggles and all, because this feels like it's referencing Water 7. When Robin was captured by CP9 in Water 7, it was because she bargained with them to leave the Straw Hats alone. I hesitate to call it a capture when it was mostly a deal, even if they loopholed her deal and stabbed her in the back. But this made Robin incredibly easy to cuff and drag to Annie's lobby. She didn't go out with a struggle, she didn't go out with a fight. Just silent acceptance. So silent, in fact, that Sanji noted how weird it was for her to not fight at all when witnessing her board the Water 7 train. So the juxtaposition we get of Robin trying to save her crew in Water 7 with her quiet handing over to Robin in Wano as she immediately slaps the shit out of Black Maria, this panel being the first showing we get of Robin in this scene, is just magnificent. It feels like a statement of the highest, funniest, and most violent caliber. Robin is not who she was in Water 7 anymore. She will no longer take anything lying down, especially when it comes to her friends. Deals and bargains be damned. If you touch her friends, if you hurt them, she will now beat the crap out of you, even if it means releasing her devilish side. And to add on to this, Black Maria then says Robin will work for Kaido as Kaido's belonging, as if Robin were an object to be claimed. And what was Robin's response to this? No thanks, I'd rather die. Before this, Robin mentioned all the evil organizations she'd worked for to Black Maria. Black Maria is now offering her another one, and her I'd rather die line makes me giggle because she's been there. She's done that. Can you imagine how many times this woman has heard, "You will work for me," from Crocodile to the world government? In those moments, she sucked it up and pushed through it because she thought she needed to live in an attempt to chase her dreams. She lived because she thought she had to. So when Black Maria offers yet another spot in an evil organization, the best response she could ever give is, "Nope, I'd rather die." She no longer has to grit her teeth and bear it because she's found the Straw Hats. And, as Luffy said in Water 7, you can say you want to die or whatever. You can say whatever you want. Just say it to our faces. Because goddammit, if she's going to live, and if she's going to die, it is going to be as a goddamn Straw Hat. Water 7 for Robin is obviously a big base of her character, and a big reason for why the Help Me Robin scene slaps so hard. Because another line Robin has in Water 7 that correlates with her scene in Wano is when she yells, "Someday it will become too much of a burden. Someday you'll betray me and cast me aside." And as Black Maria fights Robin, as they recollect Sanji yelling for Robin's help, what does Black Maria say? It's obvious to anyone with a brain that you've been sold out by your friends. Blackleg knew I was hunting for you, and he helped lure you right into my trap. You're just the baggage of your crew. That's why he was so eager to guide you to me. Black Maria is saying all this because she's made a deal with Sanji over Robin. That if he called for Robin, she'd let Sanji go. Black Maria didn't honor this, of course, but all she's seeing is a man who sold Robin out for his own gain. So when Robin hears all of this, why is it that she thinks of Sanji's plea for help and simply smiles? Black Maria calls Sanji a laughingstock of the entirety of Onigashima, and Brook tells Robin he'll leave Black Maria to her, as Robin thanks Brook for allowing her to beat Black Maria's soul out of her. I think it's safe to say Robin was cracking her knuckles, ready to tear Black Maria a new one with all the talk she was talking. But if we go back to Water 7, wouldn't we assume that's what Black Maria's saying is right? Well, no, not at all. Because Sanji being the one to ask for help is key to all of this. Robin knows this more than anything, but we'll touch on Sanji soon, because we must still focus on Robin's love for her crew that goes all the way back to Water 7, and even back to Skypiea. As Robin said to Black Maria, she's joined a lot of evil organizations, and those organizations did not care about her. Baroque Works was the the main one we observed her in, and we watched her be betrayed by Crocodile. She quite literally only served a purpose to Crocodile, that purpose being to read the poneglyphs. When they didn't find the correct poneglyph, or so Crocodile thought, he moved to kill her. It's almost sad Robin was prepared for this outcome, because now we know she's probably been in this position tens of times before. So when Luffy saves her, and when she joins the Straw Hats, Skypiea is significant in showing us just how much fun Robin is having with the crew. I personally find it hilarious Sanji was the first to totally accept Robin joining the crew, while Zoro was the last to accept Robin's joining. And this is why Robin and Zoro had the scenes that they had in Skypiea. Zoro is, naturally, somewhat paranoid of Robin, due to him being the most on edge when it comes to his crew's safety. So we get Zoro and Robin in the forest together, as Robin genuinely helps Zoro direct his way through the area. We have Zoro sticking around as Robin and Nami make their way across Jaya. And finally, this leads to Zoro catching Robin when Enel shoots her down. The "she's a woman" line aside, which is so hilarious to me, I'm sorry, and I still quote it so much. The reason Zoro caught Robin is because we're seeing that he finally trusts her, and he has finally accepted her as one of the crew, because Zoro will always protect his crew when he can. Robin has found her family in full, and this is the first instance of many of Robin being protected by the Straw Hats. Long Ring Longland then has Robin enjoying her time with the Straw Hats in a much less stressful environment. One of my favorite interactions here being between Nami and Robin, as Robin calls Nami a cheeky girl for messing with the Groggy Ball referee. And since Water 7, she has been protected by the Straw Hats again and again. She tried and failed to protect the Straw Hats in Water 7, just for her to be protected by them. Thrillerbark has her and others being saved by Luffy once her shadow's been taken. Sabaody has her being the last one to vanish from Luffy's sights, something I believe is significant due to how much she and Luffy care about the family they found. From the time skip, Robin genuinely does a lot of fighting and protecting of others outside of the Straw Hats, especially Rebecca in Dressrosa. But she has a fantastic line in Zou, where Cat Viper tells Robin she'll be in trouble due to her ability to read poneglyphs, and Robin responds with, "I don't mind. After all, I have incredibly powerful friends who will protect me." Robin is not someone who likes to fight. She'd previously only fight to survive, and now she's so happy to have a family who will protect her with their lives, not for her knowledge, nor for her power, but because she's Nico Robin, a member of the Straw Hats. So, when we go back to the Black Maria scene, how does this all correlate? Well, she's happy to be protected. She's happy she doesn't have to fight. But when someone loves you, they will want to protect you. And now that Robin's found people she loves, she's realized she wants to protect them as much as they protect her. Enter Sanji and his situation with Black Maria. Robin was overjoyed to hear Sanji asking for her help, because that means, more than anything, he trusts her. He trusts her to save him, to protect him, and has allowed Robin to show just how much Sanji and the crew mean to her. But not only that, as I keep saying, there is a significance to it being Sanji specifically asking for help. And we can finally get into that. So, why Sanji? As I've already said, Luffy aside, Sanji was the first person to accept Robin on the crew. Yes, he's girl crazy, I won't deny that's part of it, but I think I've said before what a relief it must have been for Robin. After years and years of being betrayed and questioned, she's come across someone who's accepting her with open arms. As we get to Water 7, who's the first person that encountered Robin's sudden change of character and realized everything Robin was saying was a lie? Sanji. Sanji followed her to see what was going on. He even has a line of Robin being strong enough to get out of this situation by herself, and his observations show Robin is most definitely being blackmailed. So, risking his own safety, he gets on the train to save her, and has an honest-to-goodness breakdown when he has failed to do so. Not only that, he finds out for certain Robin is being blackmailed with something traumatizing from her past, and Sanji basically calls CP9 and the world government scum of the earth for doing so. Being traumatized and blackmailed because of something from their past. That sure sounds like something we've seen more than once. But who did that happen to? Oh yeah, Sanji! I always have to add, I don't know how much Oda has planned up to this point, but these themes are there and they connect. So the planning is irrelevant, considering we will probably never know, and also considering this is a shared experience between Robin and Sanji. Either way, in this moment on the Water 7 train, Sanji puts Robin's life above his own. He knew how dangerous these CP9 agents were. He was told so. And he refused to sit still, because Robin is a straw hat and someone Sanji will forever care for. The most important thing here is Robin saw this. She saw Sanji's attempt to save her, and saw it again when he appeared at Annie's lobby with the rest of the crew. Even though she told him she didn't want to be saved, even though she rejected his hand and efforts, he still didn't give up on her. If we skip ahead arcs and arcs after this, we get to Whole Cake Island. There is no Robin in Whole Cake Island. But let me explain, because as I said, Sanji is a key part of the Wano scene. It's been presented throughout the entirety of One Piece that Sanji is a very selfless person. He's tried to sacrifice himself countless times for the sake of others, even if this has brought him to near death. The Baratier was all about Sanji putting his life second to Zeph. In Arlong Park, he put Zoro and Luffy's lives above his own to jump in the water. In Drum Island, he threw Nami and Luffy to safety to nearly die in an avalanche. In Skypiea, he kicked Usopp out of the way to get hit by Enel's monstrous amount of lightning. In Water 7, he risked his life to get Robin and Usopp back on the train. In Thriller Bark, he tried to save both Zoro and Luffy's life with his own. In Sabaody, he consistently ran after Kuma to the point Luffy literally begged Sanji, specifically, to run. In Punk Hazard, he literally cried in joy at him taking all the damage to his body instead of Nami. In Dressrosa, he was just about to get his head chopped off to protect the crew from Doflamingo. And finally, we get to Whole Cake Island, where he turned himself into the sacrificial lamb to protect everyone he loved. Whole Cake Island was the ultimate cherry on top for Sanji, confirming to us Sanji's self-sacrificial tendencies come from a place of having no self-worth. He puts everyone above him. He even puts their dreams above his own, because he doesn't believe himself to be significant. For God's sake, this guy thought Luffy would just up and leave him without a struggle. You know, Luffy, the guy who Sanji has watched burn down government flags just to get a crewmate back. That's the kind of lack of self-worth we are talking about. Robin wasn't in Whole Cake Island because Whole Cake Island wasn't about her and Sanji. It was about Sanji and Luffy. Hence why Wano is the continuation of Robin and Sanji's relationship from Water 7, when Robin finally gets to pay Sanji back for the kindness he'd originally shown her. Not only that, Whole Cake Island was about teaching Sanji how he needs to have some self-respect, how people care about him, how they want to help him, and how they can't help him unless he's honest with them, unless he stops putting others above himself, and finally accepts he is equals with those he loves, and doesn't need to keep giving just to be able to exist. So, one more time, why was Sanji chosen to call out for Robin? Because out of anyone, out of any crew member, Sanji is the one who'd rather die than put anyone in danger, especially Robin. Sanji can't ask for help. He doesn't ask for help because he believes he's not worth the help. Until Robin. Robin didn't need to be in Whole Cake Island to understand this about Sanji, because she saw his attempt of sacrifice on the train in Water 7, and knew of Sanji's further attempted sacrifice in Thriller Bark. Both Robin and Brook were there for that, which is probably why Brook accompanied Robin against Black Maria. Black Maria goes on and on about Sanji betraying Robin, using her for his own gain, putting her head on the chopping block so Sanji himself can escape. But we know, and Robin knows, that she couldn't be more wrong. This is why Robin smiles when remembering Sanji yelling for help, why she calls Sanji an incredibly kind man, and why she says Black Maria could never understand what it means for Sanji to need her. This was not a moment of selling Robin out, but a moment of pure trust on Sanji's behalf. He trusts her to save him, and not only that, trust her to win her fight against Black Maria. For Robin, who experienced nothing but betrayals in her life, Sanji putting his life and self in Robin's hands made her unbelievably happy. Because if there's anything One Piece has taught us, it's that it takes strength and an incredible amount of trust to ask for help. Of all people to need Robin's help, Sanji was the best option, due to his own character growth in the moment and his own connection with Robin. And Robin was the best person to supply that help, due to her previous lonely life of constant backstabbing, her dangerous knowledge making her a powerful piece in the race for Pirate King, and her newfound want to protect her crew. Everything was put on the line for both Sanji and Robin in this moment, but they both trusted each other to the point of a newfound connection. Kindness and appreciation bloomed between them, which is why this is one of Oda's best and most spectacular moments, and why One Piece continues to be a manga that causes my heart to bleed a bright pink. And with that, thanks for watching. Wait, real quick before I end this video. Check out this tattoo. Pretty sweet, right? I've been wanting to talk about the Help Me Robin scene ever since it came out, and I am so happy I was finally able to. It is shocking to me how much better Oda's writing gets over time, and while Wano wasn't everyone's favorite, it was sure one of mine. But of course, what do you think? Did Sanji's Help Me scene make you jump and cry, or did you think it was lame on Sanji's behalf? I know some people think that, but I'm not here to judge. Just here to ask why your brain thinks the way it does. Let me know, because I love having these conversations. Guys, it's One Piece. It's not that serious. Until it is. Just a quick reminder that I do have a Patreon, and if you would like to support me there, I'd really appreciate it. However, I know not everyone can support me in that way, and just watching and sharing these videos does so much more than you can imagine for me. However, Tips are also nice though, I will not lie. Tips actually help me a lot, so if you would like to support me by giving me any kind of tip, I will be kissing you on the mouth. My Patreon also includes how to get into my Discord if you'd like to join my little community. If there's anything you'd like to see me cover, One Piece or otherwise, please let me know, and I'll see you in whatever I make next. See ya!